What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're going to be doing the next video in my 5th weapons guide. We're going to be using the Naginata, try to get the 5th weapon of this weapon that you can't really see that she has now. But yeah, we're going for the 5th weapon for the Naginata. It's the Battle of Okehasama, and we have to basically kill everything before Nobunaga charges the base. It's a very difficult level, so we'll see if we can make it happen. I probably won't talk much because I'll be restarting 1,000 times and this will take hours. So I'll just talk at the beginning, but this is 5th weapon guide, Samurai Warriors 1, Naginata, Edit Officer, Battle of Okehasama, beating Nobunaga. And we'll do it all, and I'll talk at the end of the video when I actually get it done, if I get it done today. We'll see. Thank you all for watching. You're the best. Enjoy. Peace!
They must be reminded of our superiority!
I come forth! Charge!
You shall bear witness to our power!
It appears the heavens still favor me. Do not rest until we have taken Yoshimoto's head. Follow me!
I see they have decided to strike first. Show these lowly brutes their place.
This mud makes it hard to move.
Difficult opponent! I come forth! Do not falter! We can still win!
Powerful foe.
Your skills are impressive!
A decent challenge, perhaps.
Enemy officer defeated!
Let us use this momentum. our power.
Apologies. Stay out of my way. Apologies. Stay out of my way. Enemy officer defeated.
We won't be far behind. We can win this battle. Charge!
Apologies. Enemy officer defeated.
Such amazing skill.
Apologies. Stay out of my way.
You are indeed a samurai of great skill.
Enemy officer defeated.
Let us seize the momentum here.
All right. Well, we did it. I don't really know what we... I mean, I know what we did. So this one's not as complex as last week's. So you have to defeat every single general on the map. You have to personally kill every single general and sub-general on the map without Nobunaga charging into your base. So do what I did, and I think it'll be what you need to do. Start out, go straight to Nobunaga, knock him off his horse, beat up Hideyoshi, take out Hideyoshi, and lower his morale. That is the ticket to do this, because if you don't do that, he is way too and will trigger the mission, or just straight up kill your general that's up there near him. The one that when he attacks the main camp, he takes on one of your generals in the top of the northern part of his base. It's Mune Nobu Matsui. that dude can't die, or even, I don't really know what happens to make this trigger, because it's like this time it's taking forever to make it happen, because we still haven't gotten the mission where it says Nobunaga's charging the main camp. So what you want to do for sure, like guides online tell you to defeat all the generals, but then their advice is terrible. Go straight to Nobunaga first. If you do that, you can get rid of Hideyoshi and lower his morale by take out his troops, get rid of his bodyguards, basically make it so that he's kind of a dud general. Because when he still has his full set of bodyguards around him, he's pretty powerful, honestly, and he can really damage your generals and trigger the thing where he attacks very quickly. That can happen very fast if he still has bodyguards. So what I recommend doing is defeating his Hideyoshi, defeat all of his rider captains and his bodyguards around him enough so that when you leave, he doesn't have any troops left. Like, don't kill him, obviously, because then that ruins the whole thing. But you want to weaken everything around him to the point that he has so little left that he basically doesn't do any damage anymore. So that's what he's doing right now. He's just fighting that Matsui guy and not really hurting him or like threatening him at all. When that happens, you're in a better place so that you have a lot of time. Then it's not over yet when you do that. The rush, there's 2 rushes. You have to defeat all of Hideyoshi and all that stuff. Then you have to run over and defeat Katsuie Shibata. He's that general that's in the castle that's not fighting Ieyasu. He's the other castle. There's 2 areas that are very challenging that you have to defeat. You can't let your officers defeat them. So it's the 2 generals that are now just sitting in these places. So you have to stop Yasutomo Ashahina and Ieyasu from defeating the 2 generals that they are fighting. You can't let them defeat those generals. You have to defeat those 2 generals. If you don't do that, you will never get the item. The item only pops up, the supply team pops up if you get rid of every general, including those 2. And those 2 are honestly, it's so funny how this level works because it's actually hard because your side is better in basically everywhere but where Nobunaga is. So Ieyasu will defeat Nobumori Sakuma, and that other dude will defeat Katsuie Shibata every single time. They will never lose those fights. So it's just, you have to keep restarting until you get there. That's basically it. And it's such an interesting way to do this level because then it becomes... Okay, so there's 3 things that are really challenging about this one. There are 3 very challenging things. You increase your chances on the 3rd one, which is the triggering of Nobunaga officially attacking the base. That gets delayed as much as possible by defeating Hideyoshi and weakening Nobunaga and defeating his little bodyguards around him. Being there and doing that makes the 3rd one very, much more possible. The 3rd being when Nobunaga triggers that I am now attacking the main camp thing. That is the 3rd one. That one's a lot easier once you defeat Hideyoshi and his troops. But then, yeah, you have to do that. You also have to defeat the 2 generals that are near... you have to defeat the 2 generals that your side are fighting, which is Katsuie and Nobumori Sakuma. Those 2 dudes you cannot let the enemies kill. So, yeah, to do this as statistically as high as possible, what you have to do is basically you have to defeat defeat Hideyoshi. Try not to die on this guy. Try not to get killed by Nobunaga too, by the way. So shoot, he's healing. So yeah, defeat Hideyoshi, then rush to those 2 dudes, defeat them. If either of them get killed, you have to restart, because if you don't, then it'll just end the game for you. Or it won't end the game for you, but it'll make it so that you can't do anything to actually win the level and get the 5th weapon. That's super annoying, but it's true. So then you rush over there, get rid of those people. I saved it after I beat those two, but again, I don't actually recommend doing that. If Nobumori Sakuma and the other dude were both really hurt, that's what I did. That's why I saved it. Because I was like, huh, that's probably my best shot at doing this, and it was. So, then what I did was, oh, I don't really have any health here. Okay, I'm gonna go run over here, grab a health at one of these little gates. See, the rest of the level you can literally do as normal, like it doesn't actually matter. But those two generals can't die. I've already said that 1,000 times, but I'm just really reiterating certain things here. You do not want any of those generals to get beat by somebody on your side. You want to take out Hideyoshi and weaken Nobunaga, because then he struggles to defeat. Like, I didn't even... Oh, interesting. Wait. Is Ieyasu doing that thing where he tries to run away? Okay, yeah, I have to stop this. I forgot that there's a secret mission here, obviously. You have to persuade Ieyasu to defect. Because I never triggered the Nobunaga mission, Ieyasu now is preparing to defect, which is hilarious. So I'm going to go run over here, stop this, and then we'll be good to go. But, yeah, you have to be very quick with those running and defeating those two generals. You have to do it, and then you have to rush over, then you have to rush over and defeat the advance force guy before he runs across that bridge. If he runs across the bridge, you fail that mission. So you can't fail that mission. And then you have to take out Oichi. Then you have to go quickly, run back up to the top part of the level and defeat Toshiie and the dude who was in the main camp. All of that has to happen before Nobunaga says, like, I am now attacking the main camp. That's pretty much exactly what has to happen. It's pretty tough, honestly. Like, you at any moment, Nobunaga can trigger the thing where he officially starts attacking the main camp, even though he totally is. That mission doesn't always pop up right away, so you like kind of have to be careful again with that. Did I not kill this? Okay, there's the person who's the ninja who runs this little group of people, but now she's alone. So yeah, Nobunaga at any point can trigger the I'm going to attack officially mission, so don't save like much on this level, because it's, again, you're not super, it's not super urgent to like, it all happens very quick at the beginning. So I chose to save it. It was a big gamble, but I chose to save it right after I defeated both Katsuie Shibata and Nobumori Sakuma, because I figured that was the best shot, because that's probably honestly the hardest part of this mission is stopping those two generals from getting defeated. If you get those two, I would recommend saving it, but you don't have to, because again, you could ruin the whole thing, because Ieyasu or Nobunaga could freaking decide all of a sudden, I'm gonna ping attacking your camp, and then you have to start over again. Like, you don't want to save it. Like, it's just a risk. I mean, if it works, if you can save it at a point where something good happens, then try. But, like, the hardest part of the mission... Ooh, thunder's outside my house. The hardest part of the mission is stopping Nobunaga from pinging that mission where he officially attacks the enemy camp for him. Then the other hard part is defeating those two generals. But if you go to Hideyoshi, weaken Nobunaga, then rush quickly, defeat those two generals again super fast. Then you rush, stop Hidekata and Oichi from getting in your main camp. Then run back and defeat the main camp at Oda people. Then you will get it all. So you're pretty much on the run the whole time. But I think it gets easier once you defeat those two generals. I think defeating those two generals yourself is the hardest part, because then you can save it there, and then Nobunaga is kind of choppy about whether or not he's going to trigger the thing. One last thing, I did run, instead of going around through my main camp, I ran towards where Oichi spawned. I didn't run through our main camp because I think when you get close to Nobunaga, it's more likely for him to trigger that thing where he attacks. So you want to be a little bit careful with that. That might help here, but here we go. We got it. Benkei is the weapon. It has a lot of crazy good stats, and I'll show its little, read its little description for y'all at the end of the video too. But this one wasn't nearly as hard as Mitsuhide's. I think Mitsuhide's still stands as the hardest thing ever to do in this game because getting stuff done in 5 minutes on hard difficulty is so challenging. So, we did it though. We're good. We're Gucci. We now have unlocked every single character's 5th weapon. So that's kind of something I've never done in any of these Warriors games before. So we have all of them done, which is crazy. Even Mitsuhide's, which was shocking. And some of these were not hard at all to get, but some of them were like insanely challenging. And so that's what's kind of cool about it, is we have all of the weapons. It's sick. So thank y'all for watching. Next week, I'm going to do the last item in this game, and then we will have everything done with Samurai Warriors, and we'll move on to Extreme Legends after that. So we're close. We're close to finishing up this game. So thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all are the best, and I hope we get 1,000 subs.